Why do you stop like playing guitar? I guess not that he's saying you stop, but like just the guitar and
Hmm.
busking and all that. What is it kind of you get like the gigs doing the fucking maps and whatnot? And at what point are you now like electronic producer man? Like that seems like a bit of a transition.
Yeah. So throughout my busking, I was still making electronic music. So I was playing guitar and then I was like making little, making electronic beats, but nothing to what I'm making today. But I think it all turned after I moved here into Georgia. So I got a job offer for the company that I was modding for. I poked them for about 6 years until they said, "Fine, we'll hire you."
Yeah, that's
And so
wild.
they hired me.
That's wild.
It took 6 years.
Nah, but I mean, you
Now they
say it.
can't
Hold
get rid of
on.
me.
You say it. It took 6 years with the chuckle. Then you added actually a great caveat
Yeah.
point. They can't get rid of you. But I mean, that's kind of how life works, right? Like, if you want some shit, it
Hmm.
like might require that level of effort to catch the attention of the people that you want. So it's actually really commendable that you put like 6 years of effort into getting the job that you have, because it's an ill ass fucking job, all things considered.
Mm. Yeah, I always say whatever your goals are, just keep working towards it, and it'll happen. It'll never happen when you want it to happen, but it'll happen. You know.
That's true.
But yeah, then after I moved here, one of my old bosses actually used to make club and techno music, and actually would play it in a club. And he was talking about it, and then that got me back into thinking, oh, let's just start making music again. I think it was like two and a half, it was almost like 3 years ago. Then I started making music again.
So like,
And then I'm very fortunate because this job has been able to provide all this equipment around me. You
yo, the
know,
way Uja Nightshade's describing your creative process, you sound like Michael Jackson. Because that's what
those
he's.
things first. Oh yeah, I do sing it. It's That's the sight singing dictation I was talking about. When you can sing something out loud and then write it down on paper. That's where it comes really useful.
So,
Because there's a lot of times, at least for me, I don't know about for other producers, when they're making music, they'll hear stuff in their head. Like, how do you put what's in your head directly on the paper? Right.
I mean, I've talked to producers and I've seen them do stuff. They click buttons and then they click buttons on their keyboard. What I mean is they click, I'm going to
Oh
open up
no.
this motherfucker, and then they open up the keyboard. Or
Yeah.
if they have the drum machine, they'll fuck with the drum machine or the pad
Yeah.
machine, and they'll be like, I mean, that wasn't it. That was me. But like, they'll do
Mm-hmm.
some shit like that,
Yeah.
and then they'll chop up whatever samples they chop up or not. They'll take whatever thingies they take, and then they push more buttons, and then they tweak more knobs, and they tweak
And I
more
wish I could
plugins.
do that.
And then the next thing you know,
That's what I'm saying. Like the more structured,
beats.
yeah.
However,
So go ahead.
none of that shit
Yeah.
sounds like what you do. And what you do doesn't sound a damn thing like what they do. And there's like stuff in the way that you compose that I think is fucking riveting, to be honest with you, in
Mm-hmm.
ways where maybe some of the other people's stuff is. It's not like riveting in the same way, because I don't want to say other people's stuff isn't riveting. That's not very nice. But there's ways you do your transitions that I find fucking nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate that.
So, like,
Yeah.
I feel that. And the way that you do your thing is cool. It creates style, and style is really important and highly underrated in music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it also goes with a lot of times you have to do a lot of referencing. Like if I'm trying to make a certain type of beat, I'll sit and reference songs and see like what is my song like. I'll reference like top charters and be like, what is my song missing? What off of this song that has 20 million plays? What am I missing? Right, and try and do stuff like that. And also lessons. I'm still taking lessons. I'm treating it like college. Like I get a lesson from Ivan Lefevre. I don't know if you guys know him. He used to stream a little bit, but now he's working for Nickelodeon and all these other places. And I think he actually has a couple songs on HBO as well.
That's fire, actually.
But yeah, I take an hour lesson from him once a month, and basically we talk about producing, sound quality, and production on my music, which is basically, if you don't have sound quality, you're not going to compete with what's out there. Your sounds need to be banging.
You know,
It may be good,
hold on.
but yeah.
Everybody says that to me. And the worst sound quality I ever produced got me more organic love than the best sound quality I ever produced. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I could never sell that shit. But organically, there's a whole mixtape game people kind of ignore from a sound quality perspective. But I hear what you're saying, because when you have good headphones, right? This is what's actually, because when you have good headphones, bro, I can't even listen to this shit next to other shit. But when I have medium or worse headphones / earbuds, oh my God, I can't tell the difference. And then I was sitting there on this, like, because my girlfriend got me these wireless earbuds, these little fucking Sennheisers, and they come with this app. And I'm sitting there fucking around with the mix all by myself, destroying the mix, fixing the mix, whatever. And I'm like, damn, man, mixing is kind of weird when the whole world can just fuck up your whole mix on any fucking quality of speaker at the end of the day.
Yeah, and so that's why there's techniques like mid-range mixing or mono mixing. So you take the low end from like 500 down and like the top end from like, I don't know, about 5,000 up. And you just cut that out. So you're just listening to the mid-range. And then you set it on mono, and then you mix in that channel, because that's pretty much what, headphones are doing, the cheap headphones or any cheap speaker. So you're pretty much, if you can get that to sound good, then it will sound good in all speakers. Because if you mix it the lowest quality and get that to sound good, it'll sound banging on the highest quality. And there's also tricks too, like putting your kick on mono and putting your bass on mono, because most headphones, cheap headphones, can't do that stereoization very well.
What do you consider to be then a cheap headphone? Because maybe your definition and mine are not the same, and I feel like we should listen to you more than Holden on what a cheap headphone is.
Well, I really couldn't tell you. Maybe like a $25 headphone, that's probably a cheap headphone. Or I know producers produce on Apple earbuds. I heard those are pretty cheap as well. They don't really give you a good system. Or I have speakers,
like a couple $100, I think, if you buy them new.
Yeah, I've heard producers produce on earbuds, but they do the mid-range mono mixing on them. That technique. These aren't cheap, but like, I don't know, like those little speakers. I mean, they give you good sound, but then it's also, what's your sound card? Are you getting cheap sound, right? Which is like low quality. You're not hearing the highs. You're not hearing
the airiness. You're not ready for the follow. I got follow. What? I got follow.
Nice.
So you got to do that. Shout out for the follow thing.
Shout out for that follow. But yeah, anything that's not giving you true sound, and I think if you start, I've never owned a lot of headphones, so I can't really tell you how much in price, but it seems like the more you pay for something, the higher quality sound you get, But especially for us producers, we need to hear that air. You also need to hear that low end. We need to hear that true sound, right? And so in some speakers, it's like, sometimes the highs are way too high in the speaker, and it's just for that speaker, right? So now you're turning all your highs down in your mix, but in actuality they shouldn't be, right? It's just your speaker type, all that matters.
Yo, this is why people need producer friends, because like I be a rapper and I do all kinds of vocal stuff, and when I say I mix, I do not mix you would not, no, never. I couldn't do what you do. I do twist some knobs and hope it doesn't sound as ass as it did before.
That's mixing.
It's technically mixing.
As long as it sounds good, dude.
Good is so relative.